welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and sorry about my hair. My daughter, who normally does my hair, Naomi, she wasn't able to do it. So today Victoria did my hair, and I look like Pippi Longstocking. But anyway, it is very hot in my house. My air conditioner is not working. It's like 90-something degrees, and I'm like, yeah. So I had to put my hair up. So anyway, month of June, I am in a bit of a reading slump. I'm reading a lot of books, but I'm not finishing anything. I finished, I think, one book in the month of June, and we're already on the 23rd of June. Yeah, so, yeah, so let me share with you what I'm currently reading, and that's it. So, okay, my audiobook. I am on the last disc of my audiobook, so I hope to finish it, but the only problem is I read it in the car and I can't listen to it when the kids are in the car. So the book that I'm listening to is I'm Not Scared. It is by an Italian author. I don't know how to say his last name, but this is the book that I'm listening to. It's about a 9-year-old boy who is dared. He lives in Italy, and he's dared to go in this abandoned building, and he's supposed to jump out the building, and when he jumps out the building, he jumps into a hole, and in the hole is a body. So that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm really enjoying it. The only thing is I'm listening to this on disc, which means I cannot fast forward the speed. So the speed is very, 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 very slow. And I'm not used to listening to that, but the story is really good. It's like a 4 or 5 star right now. So I have one disc left and I want to finish it. Oops. Sorry about that. My camera just fell. Okay, so that's the first book. So after I finish that, I am going to be listening to, which I'm already started the book. I am reading this with Jennifer. I am reading Brain on Fire. It is a nonfiction book. It's about this, the author, which is Susanna Callahan. And sorry if I said her name wrong. Something happens to her brain. She starts having seizures and stuff, and she winds up in a mental institution. It's really, really fast paced. I'm really enjoying it. I am reading it. I am on page 106. So I'm reading this. Damn. Sorry about that again. I'm reading this with Jennifer. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera back. Okay, so the library called me. I have the audiobook now, so I may switch to the audiobook, but again, this is a disc. I have to listen to it in the car. I can't do that with the kids in the car, so we'll see. So I'm going to continue reading this one. So, so far, Jennifer, I'm really liking it. Thanks for picking this one, and I'm hoping to finish this in the next week. So that's that one. Okay, I am also reading a book with Donna, and the book that I'm reading is Love Walked In, and this is by Marissa de los Santos, and I have this on my Goodreads group, so if anybody wants to read along. I am very behind on this one. It's told in 2 point of views. One is Camellia, and the other one is Claire, and Camellia, I'm not liking her storyline, and I want to just read Claire, so I'm like, want to skip Caroline. I don't know. I'm hoping it gets better. Donna said it does get better. She's halfway through the book. I am only on page 116. So yeah, so I want to continue reading this one. I'm trying not to DNF it. So yeah, so that's this one. Okay, so what else am I reading? I am continuing to read It for Summer of It. I am not very far in this. Again, I can't read this at night, so I have to read this in the daytime. The font is very tiny. I do have a bookmark. I did read all the way up to page 92. So I liked what I read so far. It's a bunker of a book. So yeah, so that's this one. Okay, so this morning I decided to pick up a book that one of my Books Amino friends said, these are 10 books that you should read during the summer. And I had one of those books, so I went to my bookshelf and I picked it up. I am reading a new adult book. I picked it up and I couldn't stop reading, and yeah. So I read 3 or 4 chapters already. The book that I'm reading is called The Mystery Man by Kristen Ashley. I'm really enjoying it. This is new adult, so there is sexy times in here. She dates this guy for 1.5 years, and she never gets his name. Yeah. But it is kind of interesting, and I read this morning. I read 65 pages, so it is keeping my attention, and this is an adult book, and I hope to continue reading this one. Yeah, so very interesting book. So that's that one. Okay, so that was the one of the books out of the 10 that she chose for me to read. So yeah, I'm liking it. So okay, so also I was in the bookstore. This is kind of a spoiler because I was going to do my book haul. But I was in the book store, Barnes & Noble, and there's a book that Peter Loves Books is always talking about. So I was in Barnes & Noble, and I went to the true crime section, and I wound up picking it up. So I am reading Helter Skelter. Yes, I did start this one. This is the true story of the Manson murders. Now, the Manson murders happened in 1969, which the year before I was born. I was born in 1970. So I really don't know much of the Manson murders. So I decided to pick this up, and I did start reading it. I didn't get very far. I am on page 21. The font is very, very tiny. Yeah, but I am enjoying so far what I read so far. So this is true fiction, non-fiction, I'm sorry. So that's this one. And thank you, Peter, for picking that one for me to pick up. And then I have 2 other books that I am started and currently reading. Okay, so I ran to the library yesterday. They called me for my book, and every time I pick up a library book, I try to read the first chapter to see if it's going to keep my attention. So I picked up The Queen of the Tearling, and I started reading it yesterday, and I'm pretty liking it. I'm liking it so far. I didn't get very far. I picked up the large print. This way I could read it faster. Yeah, I'm on page 19. I read this in the car while Victoria was having her guitar lessons. And I'm liking it. It's about a 19-year-old girl who is leaving her family. She's the queen. And she's leaving her family. Her mom and dad are in the 70s and 80s. They're really old. And I'm liking it so far. So I'm going to continue reading this one. So that's this one. It's kind of fat too. I don't know. But let's see if I like it, if it goes further. So yeah, so that's that. And the last book that I am currently reading is a book that I picked up from the library as well, and it's a 2017 new release. And I got Do Not Become Alarmed by Melody. I don't know if that's Melody. That's a D, I think. Yeah, so I'm reading this one. This is about a biracial. It's I think they're colored and they're white. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think they're biracial, and they are on a cruise ship. And that I only read the first chapter, and I enjoyed what I read so far. So I want to continue reading this one, and hopefully start reading more of this one. So that's that. So that's it. I have a lot of books that I'm reading. I feel like I'm not completing anything because I pick such big books. But yeah, so that's what I'm reading. Anyway, have a great summer. Yeah, I'm hoping they fix this air conditioner. It's like so hot. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye. I forgot to mention that I'm going to be reading with Lizzy Faye Loves Books. I'm going to be reading this book, A Man Called Av, and I'm going to be starting this on July 1st. So I'm hoping to finish all the books that I just showed you and start this one. So yeah, I heard that this one's really good, so I'm going to be reading with her. I don't know if we're doing emails or if I'm going to put it on my Goodreads group, but yeah, so that's this book. So that's that one.